My name's Warren Belz. I live in central Queensland, Australia. I've been coding for about 40 years. I've been on the forum. This is my 12th season as a super user. Managed about 9,500 accepted solutions during that time. So, and about, I think, 42,000 posts. So there's a fair sort of activity I've been doing over that time. I enjoy being on the forum, helping people with problems. So what I'm going to do today is run through all the pieces. I'm not going to bore you with watching me typing. I've already put the information in, but I will run through every piece of it and explain why it's there and what it does. So I have a gallery where the items are filtering one of my test lists, and I've formatted the title to 4 records there so I can select them. And the number field is called number test. On select of the gallery, I'm simply setting a variable to the item I've selected. You could use update context here if it's on the same screen, but mostly it's on different screens, so I've used a global variable here. The item of the form is looking up the list with the ID from the variable I set. I have 3 icons at the top for new record, save and edit, and the 2 fields displayed in text inputs. So let's talk about the first step. We need to change the format to text, as that is what we're going to be displaying in the box. Now, the next important part is that it needs to come up immediately. So we need to set a variable with the format of what the user puts in. So we're on change of the text box. We're setting a variable. I've called it bar input. You can call it whatever you like. And it's going to be text of self.text or value self.text with a $, comma, 3 hashes, .00, and then we reset the control. I'll explain that in a minute. Now, the default of the field would normally just be bar input if we're using new records, but we need to see existing records as well, so we need to change it to this. So I've used coalesce, which basically finds the first non-blank value. So if there's something in bar input, put that in. Otherwise, convert exactly the existing record to the same format, and you can see that's now done exactly what it's required to do. You can actually leave the update of the data card containing the text input at the value of that text input, which is the standard anyway, as the formula will strip out the $, for you. And moving on to the success of the form, and there's some important stuff here. First thing we're doing is we're setting the record variable as the updated self.lastSubmit, which is the last record submitted by the form. We're setting bar input to blank, which is important again with the coalesce formula earlier. And we're setting the form to view mode. That should automatically update it. So let's have a look at this working. So I'm already in edit mode. I'm going to simply change this to 3.456 or something, and I'm going to save it. A couple of things you'll notice is immediately the item over on the gallery immediately updates. This immediately updates, and it has also formatted the number into 2 decimal places. It'll go to the nearest decimal place. You'll also notice another couple of records here where that's simply a whole number. It goes to $546. That goes to $21.20, and the others simply display in the format required with the existing record, which you can change. So let's talk about what's actually happening here. When the user puts in an input, there's a variable, as I mentioned, bar input. And we're looking at the value because it is a text box, so we have to change that into a number. The value of the input, we're formatting it $, comma, hash, 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 .00. The .00 allows decimal places to 2 decimal places, and we'll put a 0 if there's nothing else there. I've demonstrated that. And then when the box is reset, the default says, okay, once I've reset, what's my default? It says, well, If there's something in bar input, which there is at this point in time, go to the text of bar input. Otherwise, format the existing field to that. Now, there's a bit that I also need to add here. On success of the form, which I mentioned earlier, you'll see that other than updating the record, I've also blanked out bar input. So at that point in time, it will requery the data source and bring up the number you've just written. I need to add here why that's happening, and it's something that may be useful to you setting values in a form. When you set a form as a lookup, or the item of the form as a lookup directly to the data source, in this case it's looking up the decibels with a ID directly from a variable, the moment you change the mode of that form, it requeries the data source. So what it does is automatically updates and you'll see the new value immediately. The same thing happens over in the gallery, exactly the same. So lastly, we're going to do a new record. So I'll hit the new icon. I've already copied that and I'm going to put a big number in here, 987.568, so 4 decimal places. Let's do that. And it'll automatically come back to that. And when I save it, what you're going to notice now is immediately the new record will appear in the gallery. I'd like to thank the community for the opportunity to participate in this video. If you want any further information, my website, practicalpowerapps.com, has got a lot of blogs that may be very useful for you.